If I had a nickel for every time Atlas had to reveal a game early due to a leak a week before an Xbox showcase, I would have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. So yesterday was certainly an event. It was the Xbox showcase, but honestly you could call it the Atlas showcase for releasing 2 back-to-back titles, which is completely insane. The first one obviously being more footage on Persona 4 Revival, which they came heavy-handed. There was so much footage, all the characters, you could hear all the different voice lines of the new voice actors, which I will get in pretty soon. A lot of different gameplay mechanics, even having a blog post showing some of the different features that were being added into this game, which was insane. So much footage, so many different animations that were coming out on Twitter since the reveal. It's a lot. It's a little overwhelming. Even The Weeknd was showing footage, which is just crazy thinking about it. It goes without saying that Persona 4 Revival is hands down the best looking Persona game that we have been given so far, and it is completely and utterly crapping on Persona 3 Reload. I'm sorry, not sorry. I don't want to get too much into it, but just looking at it, you can tell where the sauce was going, and they cooked honestly to all the visuals and all the unique UI that definitely could have been in Reload. A lot to talk about there, but I don't want to get into it. Persona 4 Revival looks freaking amazing. The voice acting too was very interesting. For some reason, Chie, when I heard her voice, it sounded the most like the original voice actor, which I'm sure it's a different voice actor because all of them are new. Yosuke sounded different, obviously, but where it really mattered was the scream, and when I heard him scream in the game, he kind of sounded like Yuri Lowenthal, so I'm giving that a pass. Teddy, on the other hand, seems very odd to me because his voice isn't like real high Monokuma or whatever, but I just hope that he pulls off my darling cross-dressing femme baddie Teddy when the time comes. That's all I'll say. But honestly, the voices aren't really distracting, and it sounds close enough to the original cast where I'm not going to be bothered by it. I feel like I did hear a little bit of Johnny Young Bosch as Adachi. I'm not quite sure, but out of all the voices that I heard, the most of Johnny Young Bosch that I heard was Adachi, and I didn't really hear that from you. It sounded like that was a new voice actor. That's just for me hearing it. I'm pretty sure they're going to go more in depth and probably do a full cast reveal when the 18th happens. That was when they announced their next event. But other than that, they also revealed Persona 6, which is insane. I think this was probably the first time that I've seen a company reveal 2 games in the same event of the same series. Like, it's so crazy seeing it. And even when the trailer came out and I was watching it before they did the logo reveal, I swore it had something to do with SMT because there was no way that they would reveal something of just Persona 6. But it does make sense if you look back at the events that occurred a week prior to the event. And I do want to highlight something that I said in one of my most recent YouTube videos. Let's take a look. I don't think anything big is going to happen until Summer Games Fest and the PlayStation State of Play. So realistically, you might not hear me until then, but you never know. Something could happen on Twitter tomorrow. Immediately right after that video, Twitter was being flooded with John Persona 6. And I honestly wanted to talk about it and maybe make a video, but I was not trying to have my YouTube channel taken down regardless of how small it is. So personally, I just tried to stay away, but I did see it. I took a gander. I did do my due diligence and scrolled across Twitter and kept looking at a bunch of different images of John Persona 6. If you're in the Persona community, you definitely have seen a lot of the quote unquote leaks. Atlas, please don't hurt me. Basically, this was pretty much the same thing that was happening with the initial Persona 4 teaser, where a lot of things were being leaked and basically being shown that this was an actual thing. So during that Xbox showcase, they just revealed whatever footage they had lying around and said, hey, we're doing a Persona 4. So that was pretty much the same thing with Persona 6. But honestly, having that reveal was such a crazy experience, especially after seeing the first one. it was pretty much a here damn. Just take it and leave us alone. So with all that being said, that pretty much concludes all the craziness that's been happening this week, unless Nintendo supposedly opens up with another Nintendo Direct that is apparently coming out within a week or so. But for now, we have our Persona 4 announcement. We have more footage on Persona 6, whatever that teaser is. People are trying to figure it out. I'm super excited. I definitely want to play the game. I beat Golden a long time ago. I'm ready for this new experience. I'm all for it. But let me know what you guys think. This was a crazy day. It was pretty exciting, pretty eventful, and a 6-7 day that will be remembered for years to come. We are at 609 subscribers. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Let me know what videos you would want to see in the future, and hopefully I will see you in another video. Goodbye.